Hello, Gemini. Welcome to your weekly reading for February 5th to the 11th. This is for Gemini and Gemini rising, and we're going to just jump right into it because, as you know, if you saw your monthly forecast, it's a loaded week. Now, we're not even going to start with this week. Over the weekend, I need to tell you what happened over the weekend. On February 2nd, so this is Friday, Mercury sextiled Neptune. This is absolutely amazing. This is something that, Neptune is intuition, it's compassion, it's imagination. It's so nice because Mercury is your ruling planet, and this is such a nice aspect, and it's really just like, you could be, because I know I released these videos a little bit earlier than the week, like helping others. There's so much like nice, like a sense of like humanity, a lot like of doing good, and a lot of spiritual energy. Your intuition could be really heightened around this time as well. I absolutely love this for you, and there could be like some sense of comfort in terms of career too. You could be even thinking a lot about your career, or even getting like intuitive like downloads about your career as well, because Neptune is in your 10th house, okay, along with Saturn, right? So that is career, public recognition, honors, achievements, social status. So if career doesn't resonate for you, any of those things that I just said. And then on the 4th, on Sunday, Mercury moved into Aquarius, so Mercury's going to be here for a few weeks. Again, your ruling planet in Aquarius. So Mercury in Aquarius, Mercury's exalted in Aquarius, so Mercury's domiciled with you, right? So Mercury is your ruling planet, but does so great in Aquarius, your BFF, fellow air sign. So this is really, really, really nice for you in terms of like being very forward thinking and, feeling a lot more confident in the way that you think and the way that you speak, and, even envisioning things for your future as well. Having conversations too around that, having fun conversations. Like y'all are so social, and it's just such a nice aspect for y'all. Now, we are in Aquarius season. Pluto did move into Aquarius. That's a lot of Aquarius energy, which is your 9th house of spirituality. So when I talked about Mercury sextiling Neptune, it's a big thing because this is going to be a lot of you really feeling intuitive, maybe more this week than often, because I'll talk about it later, but we do have Mars sextiling Neptune too. I mean, this is big. This is big. Now, the big thing for this week, kicking off on Monday, Mercury conjuncting Pluto. Our first out of 8 conjunctions this month. Again, Mercury, your ruling planet. This is going to be really big, okay? Really big for you. It's going to be very intense, and you may feel at this moment like a really big surge in terms of like, spirituality. Remember, Pluto is in Aquarius in your 9th house of spirituality. But just think, in terms of just this aspect, it really is like there's this level of like depth in terms of like the way that you're speaking, the way that you're thinking, your logic. You can be very curious about things around this time. There's a lot of power in words around this time. You could have an important conversation around this time. So use this date to your advantage. It's the only time this year Mercury will conjunct Pluto. Okay, so this is something that is powerful. Pluto brings a lot of depth. Okay, so there is even some like a sense of like unlocking things. Maybe even like secrets too, and even truths coming to light around this time as well for you. But one thing that is going to be really important about Mercury conjuncting Pluto is that this is a time for you to really own it. All right, really, it's very powerful. So use it to your advantage. Okay, so now on the 7th, Venus is trining Uranus. We just came out of Venus trining Jupiter. Now we have Venus trining Uranus, the planet of surprises and the unexpected and breakthroughs. So I absolutely love this for you because this could be a very transformative moment. Venus at this point is still in Capricorn, in your 8th house of transformation, okay? It's also shared resources, but let's focus on the transformation part. We're talking about transformation, death and rebirth, life cycles, it's regeneration that's happening. So there is a sense of something new happening with you around this, okay? Uranus is in your 12th house, so remember the 12th house is the subconscious, but also intuition. So there's a sense of spirituality in the 12th house. So now, do you see why I'm talking about spirituality? spirituality. You have it with every aspect happening this week. It's really, really, there's this depth to it. And again, you will definitely feel it, especially with like maybe even like your belief system and your philosophies. But just keep that in mind. There is just something very romantic about this day. You could have something romantic happen to you, or you could do something very romantic, or someone could surprise you with something romantic, or there's just something really nice. Remember, Venus isn't just love too. It is like creativity and beauty and money as well. There could be something with money related around this time because, like I said, Venus in Capricorn. Capricorn also represents shared resources. So other people's money, like joint bank accounts, investments, inheritance, bonuses, commissions, paying off debts. There's so many things around this. But just pay attention. This is a great day because the same day Mars will sextile Neptune. Now, like I said, Neptune is very active this week. And now you have Mars, a planet of action, sextiling Neptune, this harmonious aspect where Neptune is, again, like I said, compassion and intuition and just so much spirituality here. So much like it's almost like a lot of like first of all, pay attention to your dreams around this time, okay? This week with Neptune very active. Neptune is dreams as well. And then remember, you have Uranus and Jupiter in your 12th house. So pay attention to your dreams. They could be telling you something, but this is like soulmate energy. This is if you are here for relationships, even if you're not, this is just soul energy, okay? This is you feeling like now you see like you have this higher purpose and you're really gonna go after it. Like this is just a really, really nice day, okay? Really nice day. But if you are here for like sex and romance and stuff, it is, like I said in my monthly forecast, Pluto really brings that intensity and intimacy as well, okay? Now, on the 8th, this is when the sun starts squaring Uranus. So this is when something surprising may happen. Now, what's really interesting about this, two things. One, this is happening in your 9th house of spirituality and your 12th house of the subconscious intuition, like with facing fears and whatnot. So there could be something that you may feel like is building up around this time, kind of like a wall that you may have to break through, okay? And it could be something deeply rooted in your subconscious. I mean, so keep that in mind. The reason why this may feel a little bit stronger than normal is because on Friday we do have that new moon in Aquarius. Remember, the sun is squaring Uranus. Uranus is Aquarius' ruling planet. We're in Aquarius season. The sun is in Aquarius. So again, something here with spirituality could be a thing. Even travel, I would just not recommend like maybe there could something with long distance travel, even publishing could come around, even education around this time. That's everything that Aquarius represents that I'm speaking about. But there just could be something unexpected, okay? Now, it's not like, and remember, every Gemini is different. Every Gemini has a rising sign, right? Every Gemini has a different birth chart. That's what makes you different from every Gemini. So every Gemini is going to feel this in a different way. It could be like, and think of it as a scale. Some of it, y'all, it could be like a 1 out of 10. It could just be like your neighbor calls you the wrong name and you're like, what? You know, but it triggers like a couple of events where they call you the wrong name for a few weeks and then come back to calling you the name that you're named. But it could be a little bit like stronger than that, but it could just be like a lot of it is definitely going to be you, okay? Because remember, it's your spirituality, it's your belief system. You have all this activity in your 12th house, the subconscious. So it's going to be like something that may have to do with like your mind, because on the 10th, Mercury will square Jupiter. Now, Mercury, again, being your ruling planet, it is a good time to just focus, because with this kind of aspect, with the buildup of all these other aspects, there could be just like your mind just could be all over the place. So just remember, you've got Venus trining Uranus. You have Mars sextiling Neptune. There's a lot of great Mercury conjuncting Pluto. This is a big week, okay? This is a big week, but let's see what's going on for you. All right, Gemini, let's see what's going on for you for February 5th to the 11th, again, Gemini and Gemini rising. If you know your birth chart, feel free to read for your moon and your Venus, two planets that are going to be very active this week. Okay, Venus is very active, and so we have a new moon in Aquarius. So anyway, let's see what's going on for you, Gemini, for the week of February 5th to the 11th. Now, Gemini, like I said earlier, I didn't say it earlier. I do a traditional called a cross spread. And if we need to pull clarifiers, we'll pull clarifiers. Secondly, Gemini, I hope that you're great. Y'all are amazing. I love y'all. Y'all, thanks so much for being here. We're gonna talk about some of these big things that are happening in your life. Wow, I want you to know, things are happening for you fast. Wow. And you are getting messages, okay? You are definitely getting messages. A lot of it may be intuitive. That's why I say really tap into your intuition. Really pay attention to your dreams. They may be trying to tell you something. You could be getting, again, intuitive messages where like your body responds to things even, okay? And I'll talk about that in a second because it's showing up in your spread too. Now, you got the Tower. Tower came up in your past. And so it looks like there could have been a big unexpected moment that already happened. There could have been something that was you didn't see coming, and it was maybe a little bit bigger than your neighbor calling you the wrong name for a few weeks. Okay, a little bit significant. That's what the Tower card is. Now, what's really interesting is that like I said, so Mars rules this card. Okay, Mars is in Capricorn for you. That is your 8th house. All right, so transformation and death and rebirth, right? And you need the death for the rebirth. So there could be something about you that is ending. That's something new, but it's a sudden realization. It's something that maybe you definitely did not see coming, and you were just like, oh no, this really took a toll on me, and I really have to figure out how to move past this and move beyond it. Now, I always say this when the Tower card comes up. The Tower moment, it doesn't happen to you, it happens for you, okay? It kind of clears the decks. You see that, what comes after the Tower? The Star, right? Healing, wisdom, hopes and wishes, stars aligning for you. Secondly, you see the Tower is still standing, okay? So there is a sense of like looking at your spread. Whatever happened was meant to happen. This was fated. It's a matter of accepting it and knowing now I'm moving forward with almost like a clean slate, or there is something. And again, I'm getting a lot of like for y'all, it could be something personal, like spiritual, or something within you, or even within your mind that could have just been like, but look, it leads straight to the 8 of Wands. And so when I say it was like faded, and this card is, everything's faded here, right? You see the lightning flash, in the Tree of Life, we have the flashing sword, the flashing light, whatever you want to call it. You see the 12, we'll call them yods, we'll call them flashes. You see them to the left, the 10 on the right. So 12 for, the constellation, the signs, the 10 for the tree of life. But there are, add them up, 10 and 12, 22. There are 22 paths in the Tree of Life, and 22 like major arcana. So truly faded here, but again, you have the 8 of Wands in the heart of your spread, so you're good. Now, here's the interesting thing that is coming up. Some of y'all are definitely having changes with the relationships, big ones. All right. And it looks like that could have been the Tower moment. You're moving out of one, moving into another. Can be career, can be work, okay? Because, ones are work-related, enterprise jobs. It could be something that you're really passionate about, project that you're working on. But it seems like there may be changes in some sort of partnership, relationship. And I say that because you also got the 2 of Cups, but in your challenge area. Now, the reason why this is significant, the 8 of Wands is attributed to Sagittarius, which rules your 7th house of partnerships and relationships. So it seems like there could be some sort of swift change, but this is such an optimistic card. It's such an enthusiastic card. It's like 8 wands zipping through the air. Think of them as arrows, actually, because, with it being, ruled by Sagittarius, Sagittarius being the archer, right? The arrows. So there is a sense of like something landing for you, something happening for you, but a lot of forward momentum, a lot of movement. The ones are in the air. They're not bolted down. They're in their happy place, and you see them completely aligned. So when I say things are aligning for you, things are aligning for you. The Tower moment was meant to happen for this thing to move forward for you. Okay. But again, it can be a partnership relationship. There could even be a sense of you, like doubting yourself about something. I don't want you to do that, okay? Because, remember, there's a lot of healing in this card as well, okay? You even see the caduceus between them, right? A big medical symbol. But there is healing in this card, self-love in this card. It is in your challenge area, so there is a sense of like that happening for you. So really spending that time with yourself, and mapping out like your path to enlightenment, your spiritual journey, your personal journey. But it looks like everything's going to be moving fast. You got the 10 of Pentacles and the Strength card. I mean, come on. Who are you, Gemini? Who are you? This is amazing. 10 of Pentacles in your crown. So this is really great. Speaking of the Tree of Life, right? You see the Pentacles arranged in the form of the Tree of Life. Okay? That's how significant this card is. And this card has a lot of comfort, a lot of prosperity. It's the you made it card. It's the card. You look at the family here. Look at the 3 generations and look at the harvest. Look how big the castle is. Look how comfortable they are. All right. So keep holding on to that energy. All right. And it can be money. It can be wealth. It can be a lot of family energy too. And the reason why is because, well, there's a lot of family energy in the 10 of Pentacles. Okay. So not only wealth in monetary matters, but wealth in family, wealth in, maybe even career, wealth in success, what resonates with you. But with its 3 generations of family here, this card is a Virgo card. Virgo is your 4th house of home and family. And so could be on your mind this week. Could be something. Inheritance could be on your mind as well. A lot of inheritance associated with this card. Maybe something being handed down to you, especially because remember, we still have a lot of activity in Capricorn. We have Mars in Capricorn. And that, again, like I said, your 8th house of other people's resources, shared resources. So inheritance in the 8th house. So could be something on your mind, could be something that's happening, but you did get the Strength card in the root of your spread. So it's really tapping into, one thing I'm just going to point out real quickly in the Strength card is that it is just not a woman with a symbol of infinity over her head. It is a woman taming a lion, yet the lion is allowing her, okay? That is the key thing here. And so you can't just go up to, you can't go to the Bronx Zoo and just, hug a lion. That's not going to be a pretty picture, but this is where it works because it's synergy. Remember, lion's allowing her. So it's synergetic. It's like working with this, like, where do you find that source of strength, right? Finding it now. Doubling down on that is the fact that this, strength. What is strength? It's finding that courage. It's having that courage to move forward and really working with like your spirit guides or whatever you believe in. Where do you find strength? Like, is it God? Is it the universe? Is it your children? Tapping into that. But here's what I'm going to point out is that, remember I said courage, right? So if you trace that back to its etymological root, it is KOR, core, okay? Which actually translates to heart. So courage comes from your heart, all right? Remember what I said earlier, a lot of that self-love. So really find that self-love this week, especially with Neptune being very active. You have so much, like, just really, really find that you're going to be fine. You're going to be absolutely fine. You got the Page of Swords in your future. You're good. You're absolutely good here. You can have everything. You can have it all. There is a sense of like something moving forward and then you beginning something new. There's something new happening in your life. Also messages. Pages are the messengers, okay? And so in your future, so you could have this message coming through. Remember, Mercury is very active this week. So a lot of messages, all right? And remember, intuitively as well, you could be getting a lot of intuitive messages. But, with the Page of Swords in your future, there is almost like this new pursuit. There's this like sponginess, like you absorbing a lot of new things and new, like even with like Venus training Uranus. Remember what I said earlier about that. And so this is really great. Just open that self-love. And then also even with relationships, there could be something there that you may be spending a lot of time on this week, thinking about, analyzing, or maybe even just like taking action around it. But more for me is like that self-love, but there is a sense of like building something for yourself that has this everlasting feel to it, and this feel where you can be like very proud of yourself and like I made it, and a lot of legacy energy. Okay, so let's get to your staff, Gemini. If you like this reading, it would be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. Gemini, talk to me. What is going on? What's happening with y'all? And if you are a subscriber, thanks so much for being here. Y'all are amazing. I wouldn't be here without you. So I truly appreciate it. And you're good. And you're good. Things are coming to an end. Things are coming to an end for you. Okay. Big time. Big time. You're absolutely good. I mean, you've got the Knight of Cups here. You've got the Knight of Cups. So yeah, definitely some of y'all are, some of y'all are wanting to move into these new relationships. Again, it does not have to be love. Okay. Like, remember, it can be a career. It can be like your mailman, whatever it is, just one-on-one relationship. Okay. But Knight of Cups here is showing that, yeah, maybe it will be love and relationships. But at the end of the day, what is going to be emotionally fulfilling for you? The Knight of Cups is the knight in shining armor. He is the romantic, but he's also like a big dreamer. He's a big, like, really, really like into the arts and things like that. So Neptune being very active, it's a big thing because Neptune is in Pisces. Remember, that is huge because Knight of Cups is Pisces. And so that is your 10th house. So a lot of y'all could have career in your mind, maybe moving into something that will, again, fulfill you emotionally, like with that Pisces energy, especially like you even see the fish all over his armor. But I'm going to point out his helmet. He's got the wings of imagination on his helmet and his shoes. All right. So again, a lot of creative energy here. Use that this week to really feel inspired and to go after the things you want. Again, it doesn't matter if it's another person involved. It can just be what is going to fill your cup, what is going to bring you this sense of joy and pleasure and, emotional fulfillment. Is that a word? Fullness. Okay. But this is really, really nice. It's like this slow and steady energy. A lot of y'all definitely will be looking at new relationships this week. And hey, you got the Nine of Cups in your external factors area. And so you're good. Okay. You're good. Nine of Cups, which come true. This is a card of complete satisfaction. Everything's going great. This is all about like just feeling content. All right. A lot of enlightenment too. You see the cups aligned over his head. Now, we do call it like the wish come true card. And I call it the genie in a bottle energy. You can see him sitting there like a genie in a bottle. So it looks like there is like the universe is working for things to work out for you in your favor. There's something truly coming to work out in your favor, especially if you are here for career. Yeah. I mean, we have a Pisces card, Jupiter and Pisces right here. Okay. So again, that's your 10th house of career. And so, and you're going to feel a lot more of that toward the end of the month when we actually move into Pisces season and all the planets move into Pisces. But this is really great. You're good. You're absolutely good. The Nine of Cups with the Page of Swords. Now you also got Temperance, which is really amazing. There is, I love this archangel. What's really interesting looking at your spread, again, there is Temperance is attributed to Sagittarius. Remember what I said, that is your 7th house of partnerships and relationships. So there is a sense of that is going to be something that is going to be possibly a big theme for you this week. All right. And there's this like hope that, you do find some sort of like balance or compromise or, but at the end of the day, just knowing that you don't have to stress about anything, like everything is going to take care of itself and you're good. And the things that you want, are going to happen. Okay. You know it. And then lastly, the 10 of Swords in your final outcome. Okay. Now I want to point something out here. This is the card of New Dawn. 10 is the end. And so you see this man completely impelled by the swords. It's, what's really interesting, this is a Gemini card, by the way. And so this is someone who definitely has gone through a lot, but now it's in your final outcome. So, those dark clouds are actually clearing. That sun is coming through. 10 is the end. And so there is a sense of like, before you move forward into this new chapter in your life, this new journey, especially with this new moon that's happening as well. Learn from all the things that may have been challenging for you, so you never have to go through those experiences again. And if you go through certain experiences again, you'll be better prepared. You'll be better handled. You'll know what to do. But I love that for you, especially because you have, remember, all this energy. And I'm going to do a clarifier for you. Well, let me look at the time. I'll do one for you. Yeah. Because you have had a lot going on in your head. So there is this week, like with all this spiritual energy that's happening, a good time to just, oh my gosh. If I had a blowhorn, that I would, I would blow it right now. I'm looking for one of Ruby's squeeze toys. Anyway, you just got the Wheel of Fortune, so you're really good. Okay, you're really, really good. You have one of the best readings. You have one of the best weekly readings here. You know that, right? This is just great. 10 is the end, and then you just got another 10. So you are definitely 1,000 moving into this new place in your life. This is a game-changing card. The Wheel of Fortune is ruled by Jupiter. So luck, right? This card alone is all about luck, good fortune, prosperity. This wheel, a lot of karmic energy. So remember, learn from anything that may have happened. Always work with your karma. Karma's not static. You're constantly working with it, right? And so this wheel, like I said, it's moving. It's the wheel of karma, constantly moving. But it looks like you're cashing into your karma points and really moving into this new, you're good, okay? This new stage in your life, with like all the wiser too. You see the 4 fixed signs in the corners of the wheel here. They're all reading the book of law, the book of wisdom. Like you are, so there is a sense of stability that's coming with this. But again, with these 2 10s, wow, 10 is the end. You're good. You're good. You're really, really, really good here. And remember, did I say it like this? So there is a sense of like, you're entering this new chapter in your life, but like if you can, if you can feel that, if you can get to a place where you feel like anything that may have been challenging for you, it truly is a blessing, especially with a man's hand gesture, the same as a Hierophant, right? And then with a tower that was like fated, it was meant for you, and not hold that and be like, oh, I can't believe that happened. Be like, okay, I've learned my lesson. I know why this happened. I'm cool with it. I'm going to move forward. And, this is life. We have challenges every day. If you can have that moment, you're golden. You're absolutely golden. So remember, just learn from things that in order to move into this new chapter in your life, like you don't want to go into it like with anything that could be like holding you back or anything that you should leave in the past, right? Leave the past is, make your past history, okay? And you're good. You're good. You're good. I mean, you have the Wheel of Fortune in your final outcome. You've got the card of like your wish coming true and your external factors, messages coming thin, and things happening for you. I mean, you're good. I mean, there is going to be some relationship stuff, if not like self-love. That is the biggest thing. But anyway, Gemini, thanks so much for tuning in. If you like this reading, it would be great if you subscribe, leave comments. And next week, y'all, next week is the big week. All right. We got a lot happening. Mars conjuncting Pluto. We got Venus conjuncting Pluto. We got Venus moving into Aquarius, Mars moving into Aquarius. We have a lot going on next week. So Gemini, I will see this and this is great. This is one of your best readings. All right. I'll see you next week. All right. Thanks so much, Gemini. Bye-bye.